President Trump is at one of the lowest points has ever been at in his presidency. I know it's really hard to say because when hasn't he been at a super low point? But now he's starting to lose support from his own core supporters. Now, specifically in places where President Trump actually did very well in 2016. And these are places like Luzerne County, Pennsylvania. Now, this is a place where Trump won with 58% after nearly two decades of Democratic rule. So they flipped over to Trump, and apparently they're thinking, a lot of the people there are thinking, well, this is a one-off. There's no way Donald Trump's going to win this place again. Now, this is according to NBC News. Now, they talked to several people in this area and recorded it, and I'm going to read some of their responses, and we'll see if Donald Trump has a good chance of winning here. All right. Now, for one, Damon Whitfield, he's a former truck driver from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, who said he didn't vote in 2016, so he was one of the non-voters. He said, of the Trump supporters, quote, most of the Trump voters or supporters around here, once they see him doing bad and everyone throwing him under the bus, tend to hide. They don't say nothing anymore. They're not as vocal as they were when he was getting into office. So already you seem to have a little bit of a lack of enthusiasm for Donald Trump. So he's kind of lost that. Well, there's more. Richard Siriakis, who plans to vote for Trump's reelection, he says that he does not see Trump having the same level of support in that area, and that he is willing to listen to the Democratic candidates, although for now, he doesn't actually particularly like any of them. He says, quote, I don't think Trump will win this area. I really don't. Now, again, that's from a Trump voter, somebody who plans on it and says, look, I do not see what's going, I don't see any of the excitement that I did before. Here, I do not think he's going to win this place. And look, imagine he doesn't like any of the Democrats now. Well, maybe he might like somebody like Bernie Sanders. Who knows? And Bernie Sanders is yet to announce, so who knows, right? Maybe, maybe not. Now, there's another one, Chris Warrenchuk, who's a real estate agent who disliked Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. Shocker. He said he was still angry over the government shutdown. That was Trump's fault. He said, quote, it's going to affect the economy. It's going to affect the market. It's going to affect a lot of things because he wants the wall. So he's going to shut down the country? Oh, that's a great national security risk with TSA workers who weren't getting paid. You have security people essentially working for free. So those are good points. I wonder if he's been watching this show at all. Because that's stuff that's factual information. Yes, he shut down the government for a wall, and he's willing to do it again. And that is something that most people definitely do not agree with. So, again, that's one of the reasons. You also have other reasons that people aren't supporting him. But still, you do have some Trump supporters that are still holding on. Mark Linker, a 54-year-old warehouse worker, says, quote, Trump isn't the greatest dude in the world, I know, but we all make mistakes, and he's somebody like you and me. When his alarm goes off at 6 a.m., he's up and hustling. That billionaire, he's just like you and me. No, man. Look, I got bad news for you. He is nothing like any of us. Let's be honest. This guy grew up rich. He had more money than than like a regular person. Like this guy could make in a year. Or I'm sorry, in his lifetime. Donald Trump had, by the time he was like 2 years old, he was a millionaire. And then, of course, got $400 million from his dad. Of course, he's just like us. He's just like us, Mark. Come on, man. You don't believe that. You know that's not true. But as far as anything else, he gets up at 6 a.m. and he's hustling. No, dude. No. No. According to his own leaked schedules, he spends nearly the entire day in executive time. You know what executive time is? When he tweets, watches TV, mainly Fox and Friends, and talks to his buddies on his phone. And maybe eats a hamburger or two. Come on. Come on. You don't believe that he works hard. Still, look, if the president does lose re-election, he still has supporters that will say, well, it's not his fault. Oh, no, it's not his fault. He said, and this is 71-year-old Aline Sarakis. She says, I admire him through all the BS he's going through. This man is made out of steel. My heart goes out to him for what he's going through. He's holding his own through all of this crap that they're saying about him. So, just in case you thought that maybe there were people that are banning, a lot of them are, but there are still the diehards, man, who still make him out and believe him to be a victim. Look, the thing is that the stuff that we're saying about him, it's not that we want to say this stuff about the president. No, we want a president who's not an idiot. We want a president who is actually a smart person. We want a person who actually, a president who actually cares about us and not about lining his own pockets. And that's what he did with the tax cuts. I mean, let's be honest, right? Those tax cuts for the rich, people are just starting to find out about it. And I'm guessing that these people haven't quite noticed it yet. Now, look, those tax cuts, they come in, those people filing taxes, they come in waves, right? And so the people that have filed already have found out, oh my God, most of my money, I'm not getting it back. Why? The tax cuts for the rich. The changes in the tax code have actually made a lot of these people end up paying more money. So this is something that Trump campaigned on, helping the middle class. It is not. And they're going to find out about it really soon. And look, I already did that segment yesterday talking about it. And it's pretty devastating. What little support that he has, he's going to keep on losing as this goes on. So, look, the fact is the president is deeply, deeply unpopular. He's losing a lot of support. And people are starting to catch on. They're starting to realize that he is in big, big trouble. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know how I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent, progressive media.